And we're live. Welcome, Wayward Gamers, to the Emporium, or shall I say, the Emporium for the Wayward Gamers. I am Jay, also known as Neofet3 on the socials. We are here for some Star Wars RPG, Fantasy Flight, Asmodee, Edge Studios. They're all kind of lumped up together in their process of the Edge of the Empire Star Wars RPG. Shadowport Adventures, Luck of the Draw. That is what we're playing here. And we are going to have some fun because we're right in the middle of a job. And we're going to pick up with some little space information and stuff like that. But before we jump into a real quick recap, let us go around the table introducing our wonderful players. And we're going to start over in the corner. So Adam, sorry, but you're kind of in the corner. We're going to go counter or clockwise from you based off everything else. How are you doing, and welcome?
Hello, and thank you for the welcome. Hi, I am doing great. Hi, everybody. I'm Adam, and I am playing Shiloh Din, the Togruta medic and reluctant accessory to crimes that we're about to commit.
Are they
Eh,
reluctant? Are they
reluctant?
crimes?
Yeah, right. Yeah. They're not exactly reluctant. They're not exactly crimes. So yeah, it'll be fine.
Exactly. Well, good to see you, Adam. Glad
Thank
you
you.
are here. Kurt, how are you doing, sir?
Hi everybody. I'm Kurt, also known as Covenant, the Horrible Alchemist. Hi. I'm doing great. I've been looking forward to this game all week, because we have, I think, one more trial by fire, not by fire, something along those lines to get through. And I'm playing Chaff, your smooth talking entrepreneur of the galaxy who is in a personal war with RNG on Roll20. And stay tuned for more of that ongoing saga as I fight the RNG that is Roll20.
Well, if that fight goes like your rolls have been, we know where that's headed.
We don't need to go there.
Wow.
We don't
Wow,
we don't
Adam.
need to go
Wow.
there. Wow, just
Love.
for the throat.
Love, yeah. Ooh. You know what? Roll20 and other systems, D&D Beyond, they come and go with love. You know, when you least expect it, you're going to be rolling triumphs upon triumphs upon triumphs. It's all in the, timing of things. I'm confident that it will come around.
Well, I mean, most of us are going to roll triumphs, Kurt. Most of us.
Well, Emily's not here, so
And
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Man.
Come on, we love Kurt. Come on.
I just can't catch a break, friends. I just can't catch a break.
Next, Bill, how you doing as we move along?
Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm Bill Roper. I'm playing Kier Starfall, your young, scrappy, get in fast, get out faster pilot, the human guy on the ship. That's right. Who's definitely though I think he tries to hide it, but he's kind of a little in awe of Chaff, to be honest, because he's kind of slick. So he's like, oh, maybe I could learn some slick from this guy. I mean, we'll see. But that's the hope.
Bill's just gassing me up, friends, because he feels bad about all my horrible die rolls.
Well, for us, because they affect us. That's why I feel bad about it.
I'm so glad we like each other.
We do love Kurt.
We love Kurt.
Kurt rolls really badly on Roll20.
It's not his fault. It's not.
I roll badly so that the rest of the party doesn't have to.
there's gonna be this thing is gonna come along, and Kurt is just gonna dominate with the rolls one night, and we're just gonna be in awe.
I'm saying that every time, so I'm waiting for it to happen.
I look at it this way: Kurt is tanking the bad rolls for the rest of us.
That's true. That's a good point.
Balance. Everything is balance. A force, good and bad,
right?
Light and dark. It's a balance, Thank you, Bill. Jim, how you doing, sir?
Good. It's Jim Hawkmere1 on Twitter, And here I'm playing Clicky, the Jawa gunslinger. Here's little buddy. You know, they've been hanging out for a long time, and Chaff's worst nightmare. So
Thank you, Jim. As you notice, we are missing one of our players tonight. Unfortunately, due to some technical difficulties, Emily will not be joining us for the first part, but we're hoping that those will get fixed and she will be joining us later on in the episode. We will be looking at if we need to take a break. But until then, please take a look at our wonderful character art that she had in Hero Lab. No sponsorship there. But before we run into a few things, just wanted to share, one of the things that we're very proud of here at the Emporium for the Wayward Gamer is you might notice this little logo that's in the bottom. We have some affiliates. We want to shout out to our wonderful friends at Talon and Claw for their affiliation with us. And unfortunately, okay, that didn't work right. So so if you go to their Etsy website, you know what? It's important the GM to actually put the right word in. So not, but if you go to their click on that and put Dragon Daddy in, you get 10% off on your Etsy order. It's Dragon Daddy, not Daddy Dragon. So make sure you put in Dragon Daddy, but it should automatically put it in there for you. The other secondary, which you don't see right now, is one of our other wonderful affiliates here is Smuggler's Coffee. We will put that in there as well. And if you go to them, you'll be able to have some delicious, wonderful coffee from them. And again, something just is not working right for us today. Because, the tech goblins are just overwhelmingly entertaining, not to mention the GM doesn't seem to remember exactly what he should be typing in. So that is why, actually, now I remember what it is, ladies and gentlemen, because notes are important. It's actually support. There you go. There's the two websites you can go to. Yay! We're professionals here. Anyways, thank you so much to them. Thank you, friends of the channel, and thank you for joining us. We are here to have some Star Wars fun, and we are playing a little Edge of the Empire, and we're having some interesting recap. Is that these wonderful Luck of the Draw crew have been selected to be part of a new franchise that they created from a benefactor named Raxel, but they have to prove their merit, their trustworthiness, and they've had two jobs. The first job was a repo job, basically take a ship from one location to another. Unfortunately, unbeknownst to them, there was some hidden pirate stuff on there that they had to deal with. But they successfully finished that off, delivered the ship, and met at Port Moors and met their contact, Sea Bliss, at the Joyful Bliss, who gave them their next job. It's called the Mugari Trade Shuffle, similar to the Corellian Shuffle, where they jump to really quick jump points, get some cargo off, and jump away before anyone knows that they're there. They've made 3 jumps so far, and they've got 2 more to go. First jump, pretty standard, or actually not too bad. The second jump, it didn't go as so they've had 2 jumps, so there's actually 4 jumps, not 5. The first jump went pretty smooth, not too bad. The second jump, on the other hand, there was a little bit of combat, and what it turns out is that someone may have gone a little bit more, but they eventually provided the cargo to the ship, and our wonderful Panic Slicer decided to leave a little bit of a thank you for shooting our ship in their computer. And basically, as our cruise ship goes into hyperspace, the other ship went row, 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 and shut down. There's some subroutine, which may or may not come back in the future. You may or may not have made a friend may or may not have made a not so friendly friend. But
Oh,
Pretty
that
sure
guy
we
made a
did
total
not make
enemy out
friends.
of us. Yeah, there was no friendship at all. I think Shiloh tried to swing at
point.
him, and yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. There was
tried to punch him.
tried to punch him unsuccessfully, but you know, but yeah. So you boom, you're into hyperspace. You're coming up on your third uh third jump. It's going to take you about a few minutes. What is the crew talking about as you've got this 10-minute, 15-minute jump that's happening on your small
is there
little
any
craft ship?
ability? Is there any ability for us to reduce to get rid of any of the strain we took from the ion attack in this
Linu
shorter
is going to
time?
be working on that during this time because right now, how much? Try to remember how much strain your ship actually took.
I
We took
I was keeping track of that. We took 2 system strain,
Yeah, so it's not too bad. You've still
so it
got
wasn't
quite a
too
bit.
bad.
we took 7. We took 7 from the ion cannon. That was the big thing.
Yeah.
We took 2 system strain to get away from around the comet, but then when the cloak fighters came in and started firing with ion cannons, we took like 7.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
pretty
but
significant.
did she not fix some of that?
Oh, maybe she did. Maybe Linu
She
did.
did fix
I
some of
believe
that.
it.
Yeah, she already
Right?
fixed some of that.
Oh, there
So,
we go.
That-
Then.
but
yeah, I
she's
feel like I
gonna,
remember. Yeah.
yeah, she's gonna be working on that during this time too. So she's gonna be definitely that's kind of one of the things she's just gonna be like, I'm busy, leave me alone, I'm doing stuff, and just kind of working. But yeah, comments, conversations. You've got a few minutes before you land at the next location.
Uh, well, Shiloh is really upset, and um it, he's almost like pacing, like caged animal kind of pacing, like so pissed off. Um, he's probably like hit the bulkhead at one point, and then like immediately was like, "Ow, fuck, that hurt." Um, uh, but but they're clearly not taking this well. Um,
It doesn't do us any good if the doctor breaks their hands on the bulkhead. I'm just throwing that out there.
well, I don't have anything else to punch right now, unless you want to, just kind of stand there in front of me.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but ain't doctors have the whole like do no harm thing?
Yeah, exactly. But
Oh, just
like,
checking.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not a saint or anything, uh, but that was not okay. Like, I just want to like strangle that guy. And
Oh, he gonna have a hard enough time here soon enough. Don't worry about that.
uh, I'm furious, Chaff. I have no idea how to even process this. Like, look, I've been in fights. I've I've probably shot some people, but I have never like shot somebody that I didn't have to.
That's
And,
true. Well, so one thing you should probably come to accept in this type of employment is getting used to being used in more ways than one. And sometimes being used means you're taking out somebody else's trash, whether you like it or not.
I would,
Clicky sticks his head down from the turret, looks at Chaff, and gives him a thumbs up, and then goes right back up into the turret.
That little fur ball gonna be the death of me. I know it.
yeah, I think he actually likes that.
To be the death of me? That's messed up.
He's got a mischievous streak.
He
Like,
does.
I just came out of a situation where I was just, being used. for a very long time in very very frustrating ways, and I thought this was my chance to get out of that.
Listen,
And
I know you don't want to hear this, but you might want to take it to heart. Just let it sink in, right? There's only one person in this entire galaxy that ain't being used, and that's the Emperor. And he's using everybody else.
yeah, I guess I'm just gonna have to get used to that then.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks, but all you can do is try and make sure that you don't use the next feller down the line.
I I have to say, Chav, um I didn't really expect you to be noble.
Yeah, I am not noble at all in the slightest. Not at all. And like at that, he like kind of gets slightly uncomfortable. Hey, Kier, we almost there yet?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was the music I had lined up for the fight. I don't know what happened. This is a it's a nice little ship, but it's a YT. What did you expect? Sorry, that's a Brock Diaspora was supposed to go off during the fight to kind of inspire everybody. I'm really sorry. Yeah, we're about 2 minutes out, so buckle up.
And as Chaff walks away from me, I mumble under my breath, "You just keep telling yourself that."
What are we doing on this one? What are we supposed to be doing for this one? Who we giving what now?
Looks like the next one up is the Neck Princess, which is a YV-865 transport freighter.
The
We're
what
like
princess?
we're just outside of Mexilin right now.
Whatever happened to ships like the Rusty Minoc? What the Neck Princess?
The Neck Princess. That's what I've got here. I'm not
Is
familiar
it
with the
like
captain's name, so
Ithorian? Or I mean, is that specious of me?
Probably.
Uh,
I don't know. I mean, I can, it's an Aurora class freighter, so it's a Corellian ship. I can tell you that much.
Well, at least we got that going for us.
yeah, you know those Corellians and how much they love their necks. I guess.
No, not
Yeah.
like. I think I'm looking at the manifest like NEK Princess.
Oh,
So not like a swallow food neck.
yeah.
Is that what you meant?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what.
that's kind of what I thought that the name of this thing was.
Oh no,
Yeah.
NEK. It says here NEK, unless it's misspelled on the manifest list. But
Yeah, I mean,
that's
maybe
what
they
it
just
says.
spell it phonetically. Who knows? This is just I tell you what though, if it's got a long freaking like tunnel to get to the cockpit or whatever, I'm calling it right then and there.
It's not really what this kind of ship looks like. You'll see if you
Yeah.
haven't seen them before. I've seen them. They're pretty bulky.
Well, color me intrigued. I'm ready to see it.
And at that moment, the proximity detector goes off as you are coming out of the hyper space. And you're right on time when the target, and you're kind of looking around, and sure enough, just coming in a moment or two later, whoosh, this big YV-865 freighter kind of comes in, and you can kind of see this nameplate over it. It says the Neck Princess, and it's got this, nice little circle around it, and you hear the comms come to you, and a female voice kind of comes up over the comms. Ship, who am I? This is the Neck Princess. Who's out there?
Yeah, Neck Princess. This is the Swamp Driller. We're here for a rendezvous.
Yep. Come on over. And
then I key off the mic and I'm like, how was that, Chaff? Was that good? That was slick, right?
Yeah.
I said I used rendezvous. That's pretty cool.
They probably don't know what that word means, but let's go.
No, it's weird. It does kind of look like an Athorian's head.
You know, you have a point. It kind of does. Like I can see it. Like there's the eyes. Thought, yeah, okay,
Right?
you're
You
right.
kind
Yeah,
of like spin it around, squint your eyes, and do like this.
we're getting a
I'll
little bit much.
sidle up. I'll sidle up to where we'd be able to.
I stand by on like the
connect for a.
the car, like the lever to connect the little tube to connect the two ships or whatever.
Right.
Kerr, I need you to give me that piloting space roll just to see how well you get up to it. And the dice pool are set. So yeah, let's see what you got. It's not going to be very difficult.
All right, good. I'm -2 black. Oh,
yep.
No, always remember. Here we go. First roll of the day. What do we get?
Triumph.
A triumph.
No successes.
That's how you do it. Look at that. Boom. Triumph, Kurt. Bam. First roll. Let's do it. Boom. It's because I have an Emporium for the Wayward Gamer coffee cup that I'm having my smokeless coffee. That's why.
I would like to remind the players there's no PvP in this campaign. Wow. You failed.
Chaff just grabs the stick and just yanks it to one side.
No, Kier would never say that. That's Bill.
That's Bill.
That's Bill.
Kier's trying to impress Chaff.
Yeah. So Kier, as you're trying to impress Chaff, you fail to get up, and you're just about to kind of you missed it.
Okay.
So, but you have you failed to kind of get up. You didn't make it very well, but you have a triumph. And so you like the first attempt was you kind of missed the first attempt, but your second attempt could be almost as hit.
Yeah, I want it to be where it looks like the first attempt was supposed to miss because I want to do this like really slick pivot. It's like
yep, it's exactly what happens, and you're like, whoop, and you got right up in there. Yep, it was perfect, and it's lined up perfectly. Like, and the doors open, and you see a female with kind of blue and blonde hair, or like in the your typical vest, black vest, different things. Got a big old DL 44 on her hip. She's just kind of grabbing, just like, you got the card, get her?
Oh, yeah.
Bring it over.
Oh, you should.
And she's kind of snaps, and a droid kind of comes up, and there's another guy in the background, kind of starts grabbing the stuff out. You're on time. I like that. Pretty punctual. Very good. How you doing?
We pride ourselves on it.
Excellent. All right. Well, like and after it's quick. I mean, they're like boom, boom, boom. And within between 5 and 10 minutes, they're like, they're getting this in, they're getting it in. Yeah. So it's like, finally, when the last shipment crate kind of comes over, it's like, all right, well, thank you kindly. Much obliged. Give my regards to the sea.
Anything else?
Oh, that's it. You have a lovely day.
That was way too easy.
Yeah, like I have a feeling the whole crew was just looking like, no. Not after all the shit we done been through.
Yep.
All the bantha poodoo we done been through to get to this point. Ain't no way it's just a simple handoff.
The door's shut. She's kind of like waving, and the door's shut, and she's like, all right, ready to decouple.
Clicky is like, he's checking every instrument that he has in the
Hey, Clicky, you got the guns pointed at that ship, right? Like
he doesn't trust
and the ship just kind of veers off a little bit and just flies off.
What the hell just happened?
Was that supposed to be like the easy handoff?
No, that's what's supposed to happen. These are how these usually work.
But we didn't get anything from her. Were we supposed to get something from her?
No, we're not supposed to. We're doing deliveries. Right. We're the shuffler. They're the Shuffleese.
Fleas.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write that down. That's a new word I haven't heard in basic before. All right, here we go.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's supposed to work. The other stuff was weird. I've never, well, I mean, I've never had that happen, but it happened to my dad a couple times. But it's fine. Like this is how it's supposed to work.
All right, where's the next stop?
The next up is
let me take a look.
Mirjos.
Let's see.
Mirjos.
Near Jos.
Yeah, so that was okay. That was the next princess. That was great. That was easy. We got I think one more. That's it, right? Yeah, one more. We got to go meet the Horizon Legacy.
Mm-hmm.
The Horizon Legacy.
Horizon Legacy. Is that a better name?
Sounds fancy.
It does.
It's a
does sound
Sea
fancy.
Rock.
Oh,
The Gazanti
Oh,
Sea.
oh.
It's a Gazanti class Sea Rock.
Yeah,
What is-
this one's a light cruiser. This is a big boy.
like that's we got a dock with it. Like that's a big one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So,
and what do we have left?
Great.
What are we dropping off to them, Jay?
the last thing you're dropping off to them is 5 orange crates of parts and other items that you're aware
All
of.
right.
There's 5 orange crates. So you have dropped off 2 red crates to the neck princess. And then these are the last 5 crates. They're orange colored crates that go to this place.
All right then.
So the
Okay.
dice are set. Bill, excuse me, Kier, give me an astrogation check.
Linu's fixing something. Like Linu. Oh,
Yeah, she's fixing.
okay.
I will assist.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can anybody help here?
Yeah,
I will add a
assist.
boost. I will
Yeah,
add a
what do-
boost.
Because this is. Are we doing the astrogation check? you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
an astrogation check.
Oh, okay. Because I have high intellect.
Chat just stands there and goes, "What's that flashing?"
I guess it's not that high, but it's a 3.
All right. Well, here we go. Nope.
Do you need me to assist in this role?
I heard
Oh.
the dice were set, so
Okay.
That you did.
I made
So-
my roll.
Okay.
Well, even though you didn't you've got 1 strain, so you still make it. But because you were jumping, you jumped a little off course. You're still jumping, and you're still going to get there. It's just that you're a little off course. You took a little bit of that system strain, and basically, it's going to take you a little bit. And you've got a good, like I said, 15, 20 minutes as you're on your way, as you're jumping to get to this particular location. Any conversations you're having as you are in hyperspace?
Not particularly.
I'm still just kind of standing around staring dumbfounded that actually went okay.
Yeah, trying to understand
Yeah.
how that didn't go awry.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Wait,
Every
Well, I mean that is how it's supposed to work. Like that's a standard. We're in a different place, but that's the Corellian shuffle. Is you get in, you meet, you hand off, sometimes you exchange, and then you're on to the next one.
so they don't normally try to kill you or like put you through tests or they come up with some weird thing that they implant in your ship.
Well,
That's-
no.
Leave some guy in a box on your ship as a test, or you know.
Right.
Yeah. A clicky,
Yeah,
clicky,
I mean-
clicky climbs down out of the gunnery thing and walks up to Shiloh and hands him a bottle, and then just turns around and walks back up into the gunnery thing.
Big pull.
Look, I've never had it be where like there was something like there was a person in a box. That was weird, but this is an audition or something, right? So
Yeah.
I mean,
guess that
yeah,
was-
but I've auditioned. I've tried out, we'll say, for like jobs before, but I ain't ever had to do nothing quite like this.
I mean, I haven't either. I've been on. I mean, as pilot, I've been on one ship with Clicky, and like that was. I came in and I like met the captain at Starport, and they brought me on, and I worked my way up the crew, and I've been piloting for a few years, but it wasn't like. I mean, there was hazing, but regular stuff on a ship, but not where I had to make a decision about whether to sell somebody into slavery or something weird. Like that was pretty weird.
Yeah.
Right? And just, as part of the job, having to, as the audition, jump right up to blowing some people out of the stars. Like, they could have saved themselves. Those were good fighters. Like, I mean, if they didn't want those guys, I mean, I get that part, but like that was some serious collateral that was destroyed through that engagement. That was just, I'd take an M3A and just run escort and call it good.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think about that, but that those are expensive ships.
They were little snub fighters, but they ain't cheap.
Yeah, that seems like a lot of credits to blow just to make a point.
Well,
Right?
if they
Just a test
stole
test?
them off of somebody else.
Even still, that's even more money down the hole.
I would like everyone to give me either an underworld intelligence roll, or what do we got? No, yeah, I'll throw Streetwise out there too. Underworld or
Just straight.
Yeah. So the dice pool are set for it. It's good. It's not going to be very hard.
Jesus Christ, Kurt.
Wow.
Bill got another triumph.
I failed, but I got a
He
triumph.
failed, but he got a triumph.
I'm officially counting that.
Wow.
Shaft is getting the shaft.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Tune in next week, friends, as Chaff's continual battle with the RNG of Roll20 goes on.
I mean, what at this point? What did you do to the D&D, to the Roll20 gods, dice gods?
Right?
Oh my
I got
God,
nothing.
we are. Oh, next time, Kurt is rolling first. We're doing a major roll. Kurt's rolling first.
Okay.
Oh my God. Okay, so
Wow.
even though you failed,
Clicky got 3 successes.
yeah. So Clicky knows this because he's hearing some stuff. Shiloh hears this as well. But Kier, after Clicky or someone says something, then it's gonna trigger something in which your triumph is gonna come in. But Clicky and Shiloh, you're realizing as you step back and you're observing them. The first one was definitely a test, and they wanted it, and you realize, especially Shiloh, that you notice that seal, that it was tamper-proof seal. So if it got unread, or if it got open, and you couldn't seal it back without them knowing that it got open. As you're starting to realize that each one is a test, and this one went really well, you start realizing that, and because of what they said, they're testing you on different levels. One, the first test was trust. And can you obey? Can you follow instructions?
Can you not ask questions?
Well, and can you not look in the crate? Can you not go off mission? Or not mission, but can you go off your assigned job? Are you going to be trustworthy enough to back out of a job and steal the money and go somewhere else with it? Or are you going to be competent enough and trustworthy enough that you're going to fulfill? So you start realizing. The second one, Clicky, you picked this up specifically too, is you're realizing that, okay, this one was supposed to be another test, but you realize that they were tests that, from what someone said too, it probably was supposed to be just a simple, test to see. But that empty boot took it upon themselves to test if are you able to protect the shipments? And that once you destroyed the first ship, then they called everything off. And it was also a test to see, would you disable or would you destroy the ship? And they wanted to see how well you would protect the cargo if there were incidences, how well you're going to protect the jobs. And you're starting to realize, oh, wait a minute, each situation has a little bit. But the first two are the primary, and now that you passed the test, now it's just a matter of smooth sailing from here. It's, can you get the job done? So the first one, more tests. It's now, can you get the job done?
Yeah.
Can we finish on time? Can
Finish
we?
on exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I kind of, in a rambling way, sort of float that theory to Kier and Chaff and Clicky, Clicky too, if Clicky wants to be there.
Well,
But
he's just up in the gunnery. He basically
Yeah.
hears everything that's going on when the ship is so small. So as long as
That's
everybody's
true, yeah.
talking, in normal voices, he can probably hear
Yeah.
everything. So
So maybe that wasn't so weird. So
But the captain of the second of the fire spray ship, right, said that he went off book. Like he took a bunch of saying this wasn't the thing that I did was more than I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Is that right? Am I remembering that right,
Yeah,
Jay?
because he was. They were supposed to probably not fire. They were probably, just to scare you a little bit, and he just by the fire spray or something like that. Maybe one other ship, not three, and they were specifically. So he was like, after you destroyed the first ship, he was like, that's when he called. He's like, okay, all right, hold up,
Well, it's not like I can disable fighters with a quad cannon. It's not meant to disable things.
Not really, but
I mean, if it was a bigger ship, then yeah, you could shoot at the engines or something like that. But snub fighters, you just take them out of the sky. So let's Clicky shoots to kill anyway. So
yeah. So that's the
did
kind
we
of the
get
sense. Yes, Bill. Yep.
Did we get that pilot's? Did we get that captain's name of the empty boot?
Yes, you did get it. I did not. I
Okay.
know that Linu wrote it down. So yeah, there's definitely you have
So I think for my triumph, as we're talking about this, I want to use the triumph to basically to have us when we go back, right, when we complete this and go back and talk with CC, is I want the triumph to apply for the fact that I kind of want to get that guy in trouble.
Okay.
Because he that's fine. We understand we're gonna get tested. That's great and all, but this was off the charts. 4 ships coming in. We know it was only ion cannons, but this isn't a big ship. They could have destroyed us.
Yeah. Oh, very much.
Right, because that can happen. Even though it's ion cannons taken out. So I think I want to, after we talk through all this thing, that's where I want the triumph to apply.
Okay. Yeah, that I think that would go. So all right. So yes. Jotting some down. All right. So astrogation check as Linu is fixing some of the stuff, things like that. It's in something that they were doing. It was your astrogation got off, and suddenly you were off where you're supposed to be, and you realize that you're on the other side of a system because you bounced off of a gravity, a little bit of a gravity um, anomaly on your way here. It kind of took you off course a little bit on how you're charting it. So you eventually got back on course, but you're probably about 10 minutes behind on the the last job based off of where you're having to go. So you jump in, and as you start racing towards, you get around the planet, and because you're supposed to be on the other side of the planet where you meet, as you're rounding this planet, you get over it, you see this large Gazanti class ship, and you see smoke and fire coming from different sections of it.
Could I, before I know that?
Yep.
Sorry, before I know that, could I have used full throttle, which is one of my abilities, which is take a full throttle action, make 3 purple dice piloting check to increase a vehicle's top speed by 1,
Yep.
trying to make the time up?
Yes. So it's
Because
definitely
I don't want to be late.
So I'm gonna say you're gonna
that's the whole thing. You know,
you're gonna be probably about 5 minutes late.
Okay.
So based off of that, but then as you're rounding it, and you're scanning, and so you realize no matter if you were on time or not, this ship was here, and it's been blasted. It's as you're getting closer, you're seeing, like I said, it appears it's damaged, and it's just floating in space, just kind of. It's not moving. It's rotating, and kind of its engines are offline. It appears, and it's just drifting in space.
That doesn't look like fake testing damage.
No. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Here's just like my head's on a swivel.
Chaff, what do we do?
I am going to jump on the, I guess what would amount to the comms center, and then I am going to basically throw up the Star Wars equivalent of fucking radar, right? And then start, letting it like ping around to see what I can find on the scanners around us.
Okay. Give me. It'll be an average computer check. All right.
That's
so
despair.
No, that's only a
Hey.
threat. You got a
Or a threat, there.
success. So because for whatever reason, Linu is still trying to fix some stuff, and it's like one thing that she fixes it, and then the system strain just go back, and then she's back into, because of however this was, those ions did a number on the ship system wise. So she's just constantly trying to fix, and as you're scanning, you're realizing that there's nothing else in the area within short range, close range of your short range of the area, because that's how far your sensors are. With that success too, you're going to be picking up that there are the engines are offline on the Sea Rock. It has at least one hull breach, and there appears to be carbon scoring considerably around the rear end of the ship.
Judging by that carbon scoring, they've seen some action.
Well, it sounds like they were trying to disable the ship, maybe just shooting out the engines.
Are they? I was gonna say, are all the engines out?
Yeah, it's drifting. Yeah, it's drifting.
All right. I would say we should probably try and dock with it.
And when you tried to comm over, the comms weren't working. They didn't receive.
And can we see that this is the Horizon Legacy?
Yep, it is the Horizon Legacy. Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna grab my medical kit and just have it ready. Should we go over there?
Yeah, probably. I
have a player question.
Yes,
the
player
GM.
question. Yes.
Since I've gone on these before, since I've done shuffles before, what are you supposed to do if the ship that you're supposed to meet with for a shuffle is damaged, is disabled, doesn't show up?
There's generally
It's gonna.
two different things that people do. One, they go on board and rate it. Number two, they go on board to help.
Okay, but you stop. That's usually what happens.
Yeah, you stop.
What you do after you stop is your choice, but
You generally stop.
Okay.
Yes.
And this is
Okay.
our
This
last drop,
This
right?
is the last drop. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think we're going to be dropping anything off, but standard operating procedure is you dock and you find out what happened because somebody's going to want to know.
Right.
That's when Chaff kind of like leans over to Kier, right, and just goes, "Legitimate salvage."
Oh yeah, you can. That's totally on the table. Yeah, 100%.
Because we've got so much room on this ship to put stuff on.
No, we can claim the ship if we're the only ones alive on it, and then the ship is just ours.
Oh, that's true.
Okay. But who's going to pilot it?
We have the best star pilot in the galaxy right here.
That's right. What do you? Oh, yeah. I would love to drive that thing. Oh my god, that would be awesome.
It's like driving a Winnebago. Come on, let's go.
I mean,
Yeah, a Winnebago with a lot of guns.
let's make sure that there's no, let's make sure there's nobody coming back for it.
I mean, that's true. Like Chaff would probably like hand a rebreather, like shove a rebreather into like Shiloh's chest, like put that on, and he puts one on. Oh, excuse me. He puts one on himself,
Okay.
and then like readies his very, very ornate, large looking, like blaster that he has. Like he's pumped, he's ready. Like, let's go.
Okay, I'm gonna make a swing by the front of the ship. So
Okay.
I want to get a 360. So that's what Kier's gonna do. He's gonna try to like go around, get a like full visual inspection of the outside of the ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before we try to dock with it.
And as you're looking around, like I said, this ship took a beating. There's definitely some high powered blasters that hit, and there were multiple spots on this. So it's very possible that it was probably multiple ships that came in. But one of the docking bays seems to have been damaged. But for anything larger than your ship, they couldn't dock there. But your ship, there you found a secondary spot that you can dock in because you have a Silhouette 2 ship.
Okay. Yeah, that's our in right there because nothing bigger than us can get in, which is good.
Mm-hmm. Give me that beautiful piloting space roll. And the dice are set.
There we go. There's a success.
You maneuver it up and line it up and right up to that side entrance door as you're, because like I said, you can just extend it out and you're right there and you're unlock it and there's the door right there and you can pop the door open and suddenly the smoke just infuses into your ship and you hear the lights are dim and it's kind of dark in here. The emergency lights are on. You can kind of look down as you kind of come in, the corridors go right and left and there's pretty heavy smoke in this area. And you see some of the conduits that there's like fires and spark and different other locations. There's kind of sparking. And you know that based off of where the ship, you go to the right and there's a door and that goes into the kind of the cargo bay area. And you go to the left a little bit and potentially goes down into another area towards the cockpit.
Do we know where the hull breach is?
On the other side.
Okay.
Hey, Linu, can you stay on the ship and like make sure that we're ready to like go with the main engines. Like we gotta get off the secondaries and go back to the mains. And if there's any way you can give us a schematic, that would be awesome.
I will get that information. If they need a mechanic, it looks like they could use one. Let me know. That's my poor invitation, but
Hey,
It was
Linu.
eerie.
It's pretty
Eerie,
good.
Jay.
Eerie, so good. Linu, hey, see if you can slice into their ship and turn on their emergency force fields.
you mean
Star
their
Wars ships have-
shields or their internal?
No, all ships have them in Star Wars. This is the one good thing that they have is that when they take damage, they have internal force fields that protect people from getting sucked out into space.
Yes, I will determine it. I will do my best to be able to do this. And she basically right where you're in, there's a she's gonna find a little hatch and she's gonna be pulling off and just kind of digging into stuff and just kind of and as you're walking away, she's like, be safe, come back in one piece. I would hate to be alone.
That's not creepy at all.
I don't blame her. I don't really want to be alone right now either.
And with that being said, we're going to take a break because the actual player might actually be able to do a much better job
Yay!
than me.
Woo!
So
Hooray!
we will be right back. We're going to take a quick few-minute break and stay tuned. So, and hey everyone, we are back. Thank you for that. And guess who we found? Linu herself. I no longer have to make really bad improv voices for robotics. But Linu, Emily is here. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate the heartache that you and technical gremlins that you've been going through. So we are very happy that you are here remotely. So picking up where we left off, Linu, you can change this, but basically the ship is just docked with a sea rock that is heavily damaged. It's drifting. It's got at least one major hull breach. There's smoke. You docked with it. It opened up. The corridor is filled with smoke. There's flames in some areas. There's also some sparking from different locations. They mentioned just you could stay on the ship. I mentioned, as Lino, you can retcon this by all means, that you were going to try to slice into the system to make sure that all the force fields for the hull breaches were done and try to get a technical readout. And you so happen to find that right here there might be one, but there might be a better one somewhere else. With that being said, what would Linu, everyone's going on the ship to investigate and look, what would Linu want it? Would she argue to stay with them or kind of do a different location now that you are here?
Ideally, I would want to be in a location where I could access the computers and make sure, because especially if there are hull breaches, I would want to make sure that I could maintain the integrity of the force fields, keeping the air within the ship.
I'm going to say that this particular location doesn't give you great access, so you're going to have to join the rest of the crew to different where they're going to go. Cockpit or cargo bay?
Cockpit is the most likely place to have a computer system.
Crew,
I'm sure nothing bad will happen.
Nope, it's
On
gonna
the
be fine.
games, what are you talking about? Everything's fine. So crew, you left hallway as you're kind of going down this hallway. Who's in front? Who's in back? What are you doing? You're just randomly strolling down in this. You've got rebreathers on because of some of the smoke and stuff like that. It's dark. The emergency lights are on. You hear this boop, boop, boop occasionally on the emergency levels.
I'm gonna try and make it to the cockpit as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm just keeping an eye out for noticing any bodies or or people that seem to be injured or unconscious. So
Okay.
Lucky's going towards the cargo bay.
In the party.
I'm following Clicky because, we're bros.
Okay. So based on where you're at, the cargo bay, you're in the kind of mid-level. You're going to be able to go down the left, and there's going to be a stairwell that's going to be going up if you're going to go to the cockpit. For those that are going to the cargo bay, you're going to have a more of a longer corridor down, and you're going to have to go down some stairs, and then, like I said, go down that corridor, and stuff.
So, Kier, call me on the comms if you find anybody that's alive or needs medical attention. But I figure most everybody will be up in the cockpit, so I'll go with Lidu and Chaff.
Okay, yeah, we'll let you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go with the cargo bay people first. So as you're making your way down,
Oh, good. That means we're safe, Bill, because all the shit's gonna happen in the cockpit. So
Yeah. Woo! Gotta take us out first so we can spend more time in the cockpit,
all
people.
I'm saying is Ridley Scott's Alien started off in the cargo bay. I'm just putting that out there. I mean,
oh, the alien lover in my group. Ah, you called me out. Yeah. Anyways, so Flicky and Kier, as you're going to the right towards the core of the cargo bay, you've got this long corridor, and past this long corridor there is a door shut right.
is the panel functioning, or do we have to force it?
So you hit it, it's gonna open up, but it kind of slides.
It's stuck.
It's stuck a little bit, and you're able to kind of push it open, no problem.
Yeah. Okay.
And he kind of opens up, and in this large cargo bay, there's crates upon crates upon crates, and some of them crates are kind of falling over, and they're kind of on the ground. Some of them are strapped in, and they're doing fine. And there seems to be some sparking to the upper left of one of where the hull breach is, and the force field is going. You can see it constantly like flickering as it's definitely working, but it's again there seems to be a power system in this process.
Does it look like any of the cargo was purposely opened and searched?
No.
Can we see what was in the cargo that's like have any of the crates fallen over and spilled open?
Some of them
Can we
they
see
haven't
anything?
spilled over or anything like that, but some of them have fallen over. Some of them are still kind of in the racks. But where that destruction was, some of there wasn't as many crates there, but it knocked over some of the other. They're still sealed, but they're just falling over on top of each other. And it's a good, I mean, it's a large size bay. I mean, we're looking, 40, 50 feet plus. So,
Okay. So they obviously weren't necessarily caring about damaging any cargo that was in here if the hull breach is actually in the cargo bay.
Yeah, I mean we should just check to see what's in here. So we should clip in and I'll find a crate opener. So I'm kind of calling on my backstory a little bit, and
right.
I'll find the like cargo clip-ins.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So like basically when you're working in there and it's zero G and stuff, you got to have clips so if stuff goes sideways, you don't get sucked out. So I'll find one for both of us.
Yeah.
And then
are any of the crates actually labeled so that we know what's in them, or are we going to have to open them?
I would say half are labeled. Some of them are parts. Some of them are not labeled. They seem to be there's some parts, things of that nature. I would jokingly say self-sealing stem bolts, but that is a different genre.
Okay. Well, after we get ourselves clipped in, let's just have Kier randomly pick one of the unmarked crates and let's open it up and see.
I'm not gonna make you roll because it's just that it's just a tedious role on that. Basically, as you're investigating, you realize that this particular cargo bay, there seems to be some mining equipment. There's just some basic storage equipment. There's mechanical equipment, things of that nature. There's a little bit of value in here, but nothing out of like ordinary of like expensive. There's no weapons, there's no anything like that. So there's definitely appears to be there may be a terraforming or something along those lines, or there's like sheets of walls to build a building and things of that nature, and the machinery to help put that in there, bolts, riveting type machinery and things like that.
So
yeah, nothing important. I mean, it is to whoever needs to use this stuff to build, I guess, but not anything that's gonna be that valuable for us.
Yeah, nothing nefarious or.
Yep, nothing nefarious.
Yeah.
Okay. So Clicky will turn to Kier and point back at the door that we came through, and
He's
start
like,
heading
he's
that
like,
way.
he's like, all right, so you don't want to look for like smugglers holds, because it's not. I mean, maybe. Okay.
All righty.
I'm more worried about the fact that the force field is kind of janky in this area too. So
yeah, that's why I got the clips on. All right, yeah. Well, okay, let's head out.
And before you
like,
head
I think
out,
like I think he just is like, oh, you talk about.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, right. Yeah, sure.
And before you get to the door, we pan to the other group. As the other group make their way towards the cockpit, you basically go down, you go up a flight of stairs, gets into another hallway, and you're heading over into this cockpit area. And the door's shut.
It like on purpose.
Yeah, it's shut. Mm-hmm.
The door is shut, or
Oh.
the doors we pass through shut?
Oh no, the door that you're coming up to the cockpit is shut. None of the doors shut
okay.
on you.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
We were
I
all
thought you
in
meant
we
as
were all
we
in
walked-
aliens' brain.
Yeah,
we're all like,
yeah.
what do you mean? The door is shut.
We didn't shut the doors?
Who
Who shut the doors?
I will try and override the door controls to open the door to the cockpit.
It's currently locked.
Unlock button.
Doesn't open.
That's what Jeff's doing. He just
knocks.
Hold on, I believe I found a similar lock at one point.
Who's there? I'm coming out and blasting you pirates if you're getting anywhere. If you know anything
not
that's best for you.
Hey, we ain't pirates. We saw your ship was all banged up. We came over to try and offer some assistance.
Likely story. Who are you at? Who are you?
Hey, we're the swamp monkeys. We're here for the Horizon Legacy.
Swamp
monkeys?
Baller.
Oh, Swamp Hauler. Yeah, that's it.
Swamp Hauler. Are you
Swamp something? I'm a doctor. I'm here to help you. I can help you. Do you
I
need
know it's called
medical
the driller.
attention? Driller, that's what it's
Oh, I know it's called the driller.
He's like, who sent you? See, he sent you.
Does it matter who sent us if we're here to help?
Well, you could be some pirates. Making sure you're not pirates.
Nah,
We're not.
trust me, we ain't pirates. Though I am a little disappointed that you're alive, because that kind of gets rid of the whole like clean bill of salvage. But you know,
Clean the bill of salvage. You ain't thinking about my ship like that. He opens up the door and there's a big blaster.
he just like, and at that, like, chap just kind of looks at him.
And he's looking at you like, yeah, you're no pirates. And he lowers the rifle.
And at that, like, if he lowers his rifle, right, he would look down and see that Chaff's like giant ornate blaster was like down at his hip, and he just angled it up with his wrist, kind of deal. Like, cool.
Hey, you got a doctor.
I'm a doctor. Yes. Is anybody injured? I can
Yeah, my
help.
mechanic. You got a mechanic with you too, because my mechanic and one of my gunners and Holland people, they're in the sick bay right now because they took a pretty brutal hit, and I'm pretty much down to the last man right now. We
Who attacked you?
Yes.
got some pirates came out of nowhere and blasted us, but we were trying to get away a little bit, and gunner was able to take out the main one before they disabled us, and then we took a mighty big hit from a missile strike. And
Where's the sick bay? And I'll go take care of them while you finish the story, which is apparently going to go very long.
down the
Somehow-
hallway, second door on the right.
Somehow I imagine it ends with something about a copper pipe.
GM,
I'll
quick
run down to the
question.
sick bay.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
I do not remember if you mentioned it. This is the ship that we are meant to meet with, correct?
Yeah, this is the Horizon. Legacy
Okay,
Horizon.
got it.
Yep. It is a Sea Rock class Kazanti transport freighter.
Yes, I can help repair any minor damages, though anything that would be in need of dry dock would not be repairable in this location of space. Though I could try and
Can you
do
get
my
the
best
bloody
to
power
deliver
back
some-
on? We're losing it.
Yes.
All right. All right. The guy that's in sick bay right now trying to help out, he can show you where the engine room is. Go with them and you Trip, go find Trip. Trip will bring you down to the engine room.
What is the status of the force shields?
We're about to lose everything because the power's about to go out, and we're gonna be effed.
Very well.
Bloody pirates.
Not pirates.
No, not you. Those pirates that did this. Recognize that symbol. Damn
What's
pirates. It was
What was the symbol?
It's the Thilithro.
who?
Pirateers. Captain Drosserl. Damn pirate. I've recognized those symbols anywhere from those ships. Told them back off or I'm going to go get him. But anyways, oh, by the way, my name is Vid Ramos. Captain Ramos. This is my
GM,
ship.
quick question.
Yes.
Given some of the other information we've been able to glean so far elsewhere, would there be any chance that one of us that are standing here hearing this would be familiar with the Silistro pirates?
Outer Rim and or Underworld roll. And
You said they're
What
called the
if the Winkadink-
Celestro Pirates?
I'll put the info in the chat
All right.
for you.
I'll make me an underworld check.
And I'll opt for Outer Rim. Let me know when you're ready.
Mhm.
The dice pool is set.
I pass on my advantage to Linu to get rid of some of that the setback or whatever.
I will Shaft.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Damn. Shiloh, you succeeded as you're running
Yeah.
down and you're hearing this. You're gonna pick this
Yeah.
up. Linu, you also understand this. Shaft, you're not familiar with this particular outfit of pirates or pirateers.
Yeah.
But Linu and Shiloh, you remember working on some form extended pirate from your at the clinic.
Yeah.
And these are not good
Oh.
pirates.
These are the ones that I really didn't want to like wash my
Yeah.
hands before I operated.
Yeah, you were like you were like doing medical like surgery and stuff at gunpoint.
Yeah.
Because if and one of the things if they're lieutenant died, you were gonna die.
Yeah.
And it was a
Okay.
rush job. Like
So these are the
Yeah.
kind of guys that Dice used to work for.
And
Yeah.
Linu, you've heard of these pirates because they are big on like hitting traders and stuff like that and just running off and getting as much as they can. So for them to not stay around, it must have been a smaller contingency, but they're going to be back.
Let me get my audio correct.
No problem. So Linu and Shiloh, as you're running to getting to the sick bay, there's two men sitting on the tables in agony. One is the engineer, and one's another guy who's being sedated. There's one guy that's trying to help the engineer. He's looking at like, "Who the hell are you?"
Don't worry, I'm a doctor. I'm here to help. Okay. What's going on with this guy? And
He's
check on the one that's.
yeah, he's got burns. He's damaged. He took an explosion really close. I'm trying to get sedated. I'm trying to get something. It's just not working for him. I don't know what to do to him.
Don't worry, I got it. Just hold him down, and
Yep.
and I slap a sedation stem into his neck, and I'm just looking around the sick bay. They don't have like a back to tank or anything like that.
No,
do
there's
they?
no back to tank or anything. It's pretty sparse types of sick bay here. But go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Yeah.
Based off
Okay.
of your the dice pool is set. I've given you
Okay.
a boost because of the equipment that you have and stuff.
Okay.
But this is kind of the speed able to settle. And then we'll get to Linu in a second.
Okay. And I have a talent that also adds a boost to all medicine checks.
Okay, then I will add that boost as well.
Oh, it adds in automatically with mine.
All right, so then the dice pool is set.
Oh yeah.
So
4 successes and 2 opportunity.
You know exactly what you're doing, and you get both of them working. They're gonna be able to be sedated. The wounds that they're taking, everything else, they will live. They will definitely live within the next half hour of you being able to treat both.
Awesome.
But only that half hour. They're
But
dead
only,
after.
right, yeah.
If they didn't treat within a half hour, they would have died. Now they're alive because of Shiloh.
Which one of you is the mechanic?
Well, he's the mechanic. I'm just one of the deckhands, so to speak.
Okay.
Taff.
I need you to show me to the electrical, wherever your central electrical system is, as quickly as possible.
Don't worry, I'll take care of your guys. You go with Linu.
All right. If the captain said, right?
Yes, Captain Tristero. No, Tristero. No, Marco.
Ramos.
Ramos.
All right, okay, follow me. And he's like, he starts running down the corridor and gets you towards the back of the ship and stuff like that. We have a 3-player party split. Awesome. Thank you so much.
So technically 4.
Oh, 4, yeah. Nothing could possibly go wrong in this, could it? We're gonna Linu, it's gonna take you a few minutes because Kieran and Clicky are still organizing. You're gonna eventually get back into the area through the stuff, get you to the engine room. We're gonna give me that. I'm gonna need a computer's roll because you take setbacks off, correct?
Not yet.
Okay.
I take setbacks off when I'm helping a droid do something. So if there's a droid.
No, there's no droid.
Okay.
All right. So set the pool. So give me a computer check to be able to get the systems back on stable while they're going. And the dice pool is set for this. So you're in the back. Oh, that's 3 failures, 4 advantages, and a triumph. So as you're trying to get here, the system is so badly damaged.
Failing up.
You're
Right.
definitely failing up. The systems are so damaged in here that they're the power sources but you can reroute it. You have to go to a different location to reroute it.
Let's go.
And it's going to take
We got it. We got to get this ship going.
It's going to take you about 15 minutes to reroute the power to a different, but you're telling this guy, grab here, put it in here, put it in here. Besides that, what do you want that triumph?
I would like that triumph to be used toward making the electrical system a little more resilient. Like, in rewiring it, I have found that there was actually an inefficient use of, like, I don't know, those wiring screws, like inefficient use of wiring screws, and I'm actually able to bring together a couple different wires, splice them together in a way that's more efficient and better at carrying their power across the ship.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. And it's going to take you a little bit of time. As we pan back over to the cargo bay. Oh, let us see what the fates have in. Because about this time, Linu is trying to get the systems going, there was a catastrophic failure. And we're going to see what that catastrophic failure was. And that's not supposed to be like that. But what it was more importantly was the dice pool dice. Because one of the things that I like to use the Destiny pool dice for is just for luck. Because you can use them, but I like using them also to see, how lucky something's going to happen. And sure enough, here and Clicky, as you get towards the door, and the door to the shuttle or to the cargo bay opens up, and suddenly, for a quick second, the force field goes drop. As Linu, you hear Linu over the comm, "Oh shit!" in her basically because it didn't work because of the power system. And then
What does that sound like, Emily?
But it came right back on. So like for a split second, suddenly it went down and everything started to float. And you're like, oh, wait a second. And you're looking over going, we're attached. But you're at the door and you're like, okay, door attached. And just as you're about to go, the force field comes back up and everything drops. One of the things is something from the top bounces and you can jump into the hallway before something crashes towards you, if you would like.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So
that was a dumb question, Jay.
I mean, you can jump back in. I'm offering difference. You can try to take it. I'm trying to be, cinematic.
I'm a Jawa. Do you think I want to try to take a hit?
I think what happens, because I think this is very much Kier and Clicky, if Jim, you go with this, like it falls, right? Kier looks up and is kind of like stun locked for a second, and Clicky like yanks him back through the door.
Yeah, Clicky kind of like pushes.
Very Clicky Kier thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And it kind of it hits and then bounces back out. So it doesn't block the entrance or anything, but it just kind of.
I want to take it. No.
I mean,
he's not Ezra.
Oh no.
As a GM, I feel obligated to offer all alternatives, not just the good ones.
Yeah, I think he like Kier falls back on you, Clicky, and is like, oh I think I owe you again. Oh, thanks.
Like he just kind of pushes Kier off of him and stands up, brushes himself off, and he's jammering so that Linu can hear him on the comms, and
I can hear the clicky Jawa rant in my head, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just
He's
a lot of fun.
like you've never heard him go off like this before.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Clicky, the systems were so compromised that there were some adjustments that needed to be made quickly.
So-
Brings us to Taft. You're in the cockpit with the captain, right?
I am.
And he's kind of working on. It's like, so, what can you help out with then? As he's kind of readjusting some other stuff.
Well, first things first. I'm
you
gonna
don't let
provide-
Chaff touch anything.
I'm going. There's a lot of switches and things. Chaff is going to attempt to turn the alarm klaxons off. That feels like a pretty safe bet to, like, maybe give Linu the ability to concentrate, so there isn't the whole meh going on. I'm just turning off the noise. That's it.
We hope.
All right. The dice
Great.
pool is set. It's going to be an easy check with a setback.
Oh, okay. Easy for some.
What
Give
am I
me a
rolling for this?
mechanics or a computer.
I mean, they're both equally bad. All right.
Kurt, we love you. You know that, right?
Fuck you, roll 20.
Oh my god.
What?
So as you go to hit the
oh my God.
turn the sound button off, he's like, "No, not that one. I rewired it," and it didn't work. But you're like, it didn't. Nothing happened.
Wow.
Sorry, we got
Chaff just
mechanical-
goes. Chaff just goes and he just sits in a chair and puts his hands in his lap and he just.
Do you want to go and help out your friend in the sick bay?
Do you want dead crewman?
No, but I can handle it here. But if you want it, I mean,
Oh my God.
Yeah, he does. He goes down to I don't know, flip a coin. Let's see. He literally pulls out a credit chip, flips it. Engineering. I could do the most damage there.
do you pass the
That's the sick bay.
the sick bay at all going down that way, or do you go?
Yeah.
somewhere? Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So for entertainment value, Chaff,
We're gonna have Kurt roll again.
I need you to roll me a perception check.
Here it comes. This
Okay.
is the big roll right here.
Go ahead. You can do it.
No.
One
I
success.
got one success out of
Yeah.
all of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Out of
Oh,
all
still a
of that, I got
success.
one.
Still a success. All right. I will let you know what happens in just a second. As you're making your way down towards, you pass Shiloh in the
I'm crying.
It's-
I'm
he's just-
sorry. I'm
he's
crying.
surgically, and you're noticing
Yeah.
that Shiloh is like, he's a damn good doctor. I mean, he
Yeah.
is like, he is in the element. He is saving these two crewmen's lives right now. He is just, it's pretty impressive to watch.
His skin just glistening.
as Chaff walks by, he just says, just out of the corner of his mouth, "You're kind of cute when you're up to your elbows in blood," and just keeps on walking.
Dare you? Shiloh just stops mid.
I just wanna
Yeah.
be like, "Oh shit."
Just does a big gulp, and then goes back to work. That was really unfair.
He just keeps on a chucking.
Um,
This is beautiful. Thank you.
Does that give Shiloh a setback just for those butterflies?
Right? Yeah. Oh my god, I just threw up a little. Suction.
Suction.
Uh, excellent. Thank you.
So we're gonna kind of move processes. You get the engines back on. Shiloh, you've stabilized everything. The crew members are gonna live, and you stabilize them.
Great.
Clicky and Kier, you come back up out of the cargo bay. Eventually meet back up to the group. Chaff, you find Linu with this other guy, and they're making sure everything's going. Energy's back up, the power's back on. It's going to take some time to get the engines online, are back up, but it's possible. But during this time, you hear kind of a shipwide, it's like, looks like we got power for the most part. Crew, who's your captain? Can you all meet me up at the cockpit? We've got some things to discuss on what exactly, and thank you very much for your help.
Should we meet our captain? Do we have a captain? Have we designated a captain?
Yeah. Who's our captain?
Well, I guess it's me. I'm flying the ship, so usually, sure, I'll do it.
Kier, the captain's the one who makes the decisions, not the one who flies the ship.
We really want Lino in charge?
Well, it was supposed to be Avery. Would have felt a lot more comfortable with that.
Well, look, I'm the one who's done the shuffles before. I'm the one that got us docked in every time. I'm the one that kept us out of the comment field.
Sounds like old Kier there's the captain, all right.
If
Okay.
it's just the person who makes decisions, wouldn't that be clicky?
Captain Clicky.
Why is it always
Clicky.
Boblin the Goblin ends up being the fucking party lead every time?
Yeah, you don't want Clicky to be the one making decisions for this group.
No, we do not.
All in favor of Kier, say aye. Aye.
I guess.
Aye.
There you go. There's 3. Majority rules. You're in charge, Kier.
All right. Well, let's go up and meet with their captain.
So that's when Clicky slaps Kier on the back.
So after time.
By the way,
Wow.
Yes,
sorry, because I wasn't here for the first half. Have we done the actual transfer of materials yet?
No, because you.
Yeah,
this ship, no.
This
Not
ship,
to
no.
one. Not this ship.
Yeah,
We
were
should
just
probably
getting on
get
board.
started on that.
And that's pretty much you realize what the captain's probably talking to you about. So as who all is going to the cockpit to talk to the captain besides Kier? Is everyone, or are you just kind of?
I'll go just because I feel like I need to see this.
Everyone
I'll
is
go
welcome.
because that's what's been requested.
Clicky will go back to our ship.
Okay.
And start prepping the stuff to move it.
Okay. So Captain Ramos, yes, Jeff.
I would like to actually pull Shiloh aside.
Yeah.
And I'm going to like pull Shiloh aside and like get literally inches away from his face and then run my hand down his hand into his med bag and go, or their med bag and go, bringing this. And he holds up the vial of coaxium onto a ship that's full of fire and explosions is a bad idea. And then he puts it back in his in their pocket, like on their chest, pats a little bit. Raw coaxium near fire. Bad.
Yeah, bad. Yeah,
And he just turns and he walks to go back up to join the rest of the group.
Mm-hmm. Shiloh is Shiloh didn't think anything would shake them more than the earlier event when things all went right. Shiloh is incorrect. They are shooketh.
Okay.
Yeah. So they just kind of stand there, they're leaning against the wall for a while, catch their breath, and takes the coaxium out, looks at it, takes a deep breath, and then puts it back in their pocket. I keep misgendering my own character. It's really annoying.
Right? Yeah.
We've all been there.
Right? Yeah. Like I spent like 40 years not realizing there were more genders. I takes me time. Yeah.
So, and that happens as like after, and then you get the call. More people kind of make their way up, and the captain's kind of like Captain Ramos is like, "Well, properly thank you for your assistance here. Again, I've introduced myself, and you all are who?
Well, I'm Captain
We're your
Starfall.
delivery.
Yes, and this is Linu, who's our amazing engineer, and is very correct. The fact that we have your delivery for you. We wanted to make sure your ship was fine first, though, as is standard operating procedure.
Mighty
Yes.
obliged. Appreciate your savviness and your technique of mechanics. You've brought her back online pretty well, and I might say I was indebted to you about that. I very much appreciated it. As for the
Almost.
well, I am appreciative of that. Indebted is a big word, and we'll have it kind of hinges on this next proposition I have for you. Considering I ain't going nowhere for a long time, and hopefully the pirates aren't going to be coming back anytime soon, kind of need you to finish the delivery. So I was going to take it on. I was going to be delivering it back over to Darlin Boda. I was supposed to rendezvous at a location in the shipyards at the River Falls Shadowport. Considering my ship's not in any condition, kind of need someone to finish the delivery.
Okay, but if these pirates were who you say they are, they're coming back.
And with my luck, I'm going to be able to get these engines on and get out of here before they do get back. But I need that delivery made because it looks like they were looking for that delivery and some of the other stuff that I've got on here. But that delivery that you have is what they won't. Clearly. So if we get that away from here, they're not going to bother me.
That doesn't make much sense. Why would they attack you for a delivery that you did not have?
Because somehow they knew you were coming and I was going to be getting a delivery. But for whatever luck you were late, thank God and thank the deities, because that right there, you were on time. They probably would have blasted your ship out of the water.
GM, were
Yeah.
we late?
Yes, you were.
Yeah, by 5
Okay.
minutes.
By 5 minutes.
I rolled an astrogation roll. Of course we were late.
Yeah, we didn't have you to make the roll for us to
Right.
get here on time.
Yeah, so thanks for not being here, Emily.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks, Emily.
Thanks for saving us.
I don't believe our tardiness should affect your timeline significantly if you're able to have a skilled astrogator map your way to Darla Boda from here. I believe it would actually be more efficient if we were to get the delivery as scheduled onto your ship. Particularly since we were only contracted to get it onto your ship, and without a written contract that would otherwise negate that and proof that this is headed to Darlin Boda, it could fall under a violation of the terms of our contract, resulting in us being at best fired and at worst murdered.
I'll find anything special paperwork. I'll even write it in that I gave it to you. My word is law type contract or piece of paper to say that you completed your task by giving it to me. When taking on a second, a subjectory or conditional delivery, secondary delivery.
And what would Raxel think of that?
Oh, Axel would probably be very much appreciative, I bet. At least I am. Considering
Perhaps I should call him to find out.
You want to carve, that's fine, but time is kind of a little bit of an essence here because you want. So if you want to continue, that's fine. I don't mind. I mean, I'm very appreciative of you fixing everything, but I kind of had a timeline, and that's why they blew my navigation systems off the water for a little bit.
Right, but here's the real question. How big of a load are you planning on having us take? Because
All I need
this is a freighter, and we're barely a cargo shuttle.
I just need the shipment that you already have. I was supposed to get what, 5 orange crates?
Yeah.
I just
Yep.
need those 5 orange crates delivered to the Shadowport.
Gotcha. So just instead of handing off the delivery and shuffling them, we just deliver it ourselves.
Yep, to Deep River Drop in Darlin Boda.
Like he starts strapping everything back in.
And you know
This would be a
that
violation.
and you know that Darling Boda is where Port Moore is. Deep River Drop
Right.
is the second Shadowport, and then there's the 3 Shadowports that are within. That's where you came from. That's where Port Moore is. Just it's on the other side of the planet. So,
Right.
I mean,
Clicky
you're
starts
going that
prepping.
direction, aren't
Clicky
you?
starts prepping the engines.
I don't believe we are. Let me check our itinerary.
Well, this is our last stop, so we would be heading back to Darlin Boda, right?
We would be heading back to the Joyful Bliss, not to the River Falls Shadowport.
Yeah, she's right. This is definitely going to take us out of our way and would also look like
the
we are
same
possibly
planet.
taking it. Don't matter. Schedules have to be adhered to. You of all people should know that.
We're
How much
we're
will
being
it
tested.
cost? No,
1,000
you're
credits.
not being tested. How much is it going to cost for you to make this delivery? Because my neck is on the line, right?
1,000 credits.
1,000 credits total.
While they're negotiating, I'd like
1,000
to see if I
credits.
can open a call to Raxel and just try to confirm the details of this
So
transaction.
which ship are you going to try to make the comm from?
I'm going to try to make the comm from our ship
Okay. All right.
because I don't want it to be monitored by anyone on his ship.
Okay. So we're going to do quick the communications, and then we're going to do negotiations for Chaft. So first, Linu, as you set,
Lito sees Clicky in the cockpit starting to flip switches and stuff. He's prepping everything.
Lino,
By the way, Clicky has 4 green dice in piloting, so he does know how to pilot.
give me a computer roll, Linu, on this call. It is going to be an average check with a little bit of setback based off of where you are to see if he's actually available and be able to make that connection. Range kind of comes into play, but it's not going to be a very difficult roll. But we're going to see how well if you actually can find. Actually, I'm throwing in a Destiny pool dice in here because I want to see if he's by his comm link at the time. The dice pool is set, so whenever you're ready, let's see what you got. All right. So as you call, but however the sound goes, you've got the right number. You've got your. It's not being picked up. And it goes by, not getting picked up.
The voicemail box you have dialed is not set up.
It's full.
And basically, you say, you hear this, hey, it's Raxel. I'm not available. I'm indisposed. Call me back. Now, does that really happen? No. But, I mean, we're improving on this one. So basically, the call went through fine, but he's not receiving it. He's probably busy at the moment. Based on those two dark side dice that popped up. This is chance.
Raxel, call me back at your earliest convenience. There is an issue with one of your suppliers and Celestial Pirates, and they are asking us to deliver a package to Darlin Boda, which we have not agreed to in contractual terms. So I'm looking for more information on if this contract is a valid one and how we should proceed.
All right. Next. Negotiations. Boost, setback, and average check.
This is going to be great.
It's
Dice
gonna
pool is-
fail.
Dice pool are set.
All right, here we go. 1,000
can-
credits, and we'll take your junk to where you needs to go.
It could have been worse.
One advantage. As he kind of looking at you, go 1,000 credits. Yeah, I'm strong on me for 1,000 credits. How about this? 500 credits right now, and a good word with Raxel and C on how well you did. And if you need to get a hold of me later on in the future, you can.
Yep, sure. Sounds good.
Does your captains agree to that too? And again, I understand contracts. If you need me to write something up to make it all smooth, I'll write
Yes,
in.
I would
say,
actually appreciate that in writing very greatly. I
There's
would
a piece of-
particularly appreciate if you would make sure you recorded your name as well as your ship name on the form.
She always this strict and contract.
Yeah, yep. She's one for
This is
finding
the-
legal loopholes.
This is the appropriate way to handle business.
That is a true statement. She is correct in that one.
You and he just data pad. I Captain Thanos Ramos of the Horizon do detail that the crew have fulfilled their contract and delivery. Due to unmitigating circumstances of my ship being crippled, they are taking on a separate and additional contract in which they are going to deliver the cargo to its ended up location in the Deep River Drop. They have fulfilled the original contract, but now are taking a secondary contract of trustworthiness for 500 credits. Anything else?
No, I think that concludes our business. We just need to make sure we've got your contact information. So, later, if we need to get a hold of you, like you said, we can.
He throws it at the bottom and he chucks some credits at Shaft.
He catches them and just kind of puts them in his pocket and just like, all right, well, I guess we're taking it to the next point of destination.
All right. And he basically gives you the specifics of what it. You are going to go to Deep River Drop. There is a specific south dock that you will have. Here is the your landing codes. Your landing fees will be paid for, which he indicates. It's already been paid for. These are the individuals, the dock number you're going to be at, and this is the lead foreman that you're going to be delivering these parts to. Very straightforward.
Well, thank you, Captain. We will also let Raxel know that you were very concerned about making sure that your end of the delivery was done and that we arranged that. I think we could, mutually let Raxel know that that we both did a good job.
And
Have you included a copy of your original contract with this piece of paper so that we can have a record of that as well?
Yeah. And you need to make
file-keeping
sure that
purposes.
by the end of day you are there, which should not be a problem if you're full warp in there, full hyperspace.
I just want to remind everybody that the pirates will come back.
Yeah, and hopefully my shields are going to be up, and they're not going to. The pots that you are taking won't be here, so I'm banking on that they're not going to do anything.
Not only that, I have made your electrical systems more efficient.
Yeah, they won't do anything if we're not here.
Exactly. So
here we go. Thanks a lot, Captain.
Thank you much.
Kira just like turns, he pivots and just like strides off. And he's thinking like, man, this captain stuff is great. Yeah, definitely fix it Felix walk. That's right. He's like,
I'm gonna fix it. It was some very good captaining there, Kier. Yeah, it was really
Well,
good.
Thank you, Shallow. A captain is only as good as his crew. That's what my captain always used to say. And I think that Chaff and Linu and you and everybody did a great job. This was a team win.
I don't know. I mean, I'm glad it went
Wait.
well, and we gotta, but it feels like, I don't know, there's some sort of mystical force surrounding me that keeps just preventing me from succeeding where I feel like I should succeed.
Chaff is actually
The secondary force of the universe. Roll 20.
Chaff is actually a Sith Lord that unbeknownst to him.
Not enough dark side. Give him more. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
All right. So as you detach and you make your way, you hear the last captain's, "Thank you much. Good luck. Thank you." And who would like to make that astrogation?
Linu.
Linu, as you get up in the co-pilot spot, you realize that some of the buttons were kind of like misaligned slightly. And the
Here,
dice
you
pool is set.
didn't try to adjust this yourself, did you?
Well, you were busy in the engines, which seemed really important when we took all that ion stress on the systems, and you were arresting that, and we had to make the next jump. So, yeah.
Kier, you set the engine to the wrong throttle level. You have to set it to this level, otherwise you're going to end up over throttling and burn out the fuel faster.
Well, that's actually kind of what I'm used to. I think I defaulted to my usual piloting. I forgot we did that. Sorry, Linu. It's me.
Can't
I like to go
overclock
fast.
it.
This cargo's not going to deliver itself. We got to go.
Oh, you can't overclock it. That's right. You can't overclock the engine.
Oh, 100% you can overclock the engine. No, absolutely. Jack, you can
the
overclock an
engine
engine.
faster.
No, I mean you can always go faster.
That is accurate until you have reached the speed of light, at which point you can no longer go faster.
Linu, are you questioning our captain? Isn't that mutiny?
Oh, that's healthy debate.
Only if I am not the first mate. The first mate's job is to question the captain. Should I be the first mate?
I like it. Linu, you're first mate. Shiloh, your ship's doctor.
Good choice.
Quickie,
Good choice.
you're sergeant at arms. You're head of security. Chaff, your entertainment director. What is it? No, chief negotiations. Sergeant at arms. You're the guy who makes sure we get all our stuff. What is that called on the ship again?
I believe it's called the
Quartermaster.
bosun.
Quartermaster. You're like the most powerful person on the ship. Everybody's got jobs. This is awesome.
He straight up just leans back in his chair and like pulls his hat down over his head and just he's gonna take him a little siesta.
And the lights hit the cockpit and you kick in the regular hyperdrive, not the backup, but you kicked in the regular hyperdrive, and boom. Few hours later, you land in. You're going to be landing in Darling Boda. Anything you want to happen while the few hours of travel that's going on in the small, tight space and the hammocks and everything else?
Yeah, Clicky produces another bottle and gives us one to Chaff, and then goes back up into the turret.
Did you finish the first bottle, Chaff?
He downs it. He 100% just.
Okay, this is one of those entertainment values.
Listen, every time you say an entertainment value, it gets worse.
I know.
Remember, I gave the last bottle to Shiloh, so this one's to Chaff.
Yes.
So...
Oh, I thought you gave it to Chaff the last time.
No,
that was
gave it to Shiloh.
Okay. My misinterpretation. I thought you gave it to Chaff and you downed that bottle. Okay.
We still should make Kurt roll something just because.
Yeah, I need a resilience roll on you downing this bottle. It's going to be an average check, but I'm giving you a boost because you're just like, what the F?
This is so cruel. Oh my God.
Hey!
Look
I've
at
got a liver.
that.
That's what I've got. I've got a liver.
You have a
Five
liver.
successes.
5 successes. You have you're like,
Oh my god.
yeah, you remember this. You're like, yep, nope. You're down in it, and you're like, yeah, I'm feeling fine. I'm a happy camper. I'm a happy.
We
happy-
found
That's right. Looks at the
Chaff's
bottle
skill
and
set.
sees it's water.
Chaff's skill set is getting hammered.
Yes.
That's what Chaff's skill
Right.
set is. Yep,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Welcome to the luck of the draw.
Oh my god. Kurt, this is how
Here.
I always roll in Dungeons and Dragons too. Like if it matters, I get natural ones. If it does not matter to the story at all, I get natural 20s.
I mean, that tracks.
I didn't say it didn't affect the storyline, because when you land, Chaff is in a good mood, and if he does any negotiations, there's going to be some major boosts. If he
Oh.
was drunk, there would be a whole bunch of setbacks.
He was literally trying to make it worse for me, y'all. He was literally trying to make it worse for
Trying to
me.
make
Yeah.
it better. But
You were not. Look at my dice rolls. You were not trying to make it any better.
a boost against an average check.
He believes in you.
I
That's
do
why. He
believe in you.
believes in you.
Here, something you said intrigues me. You said we win. Are all jobs also games?
Yeah, I think so. I think that, if you do it right, you win. You can definitely lose. So and there's odds to whether you win or not. You have to kind of get fortunate sometimes. A lot of times it's just kind of the luck of the draw and what kind of job you get. And so I think of it as, it's kind of always a game. Yeah. And, sometimes you got to bet big. And I think that we had some setbacks, but then, at the end, it was like we pulled an idiot's array, right? It was fantastic. Look at this. We're gonna get extra money, extra job. We're gonna get a recommendation to Raxel. And,
So jobs are like sabacc games.
yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Perhaps that is why Raxel is so good at this.
Yeah. I think there's probably a lesson in there, maybe I should brush up on my sabacc.
Oh, no, I think that would be a bad idea. Sabacc is a game that the odds are ever in the house's favor, and so it is more likely that you will lose easily thousands of credits.
Well, unless you win. Do you play sabacc?
No,
You'd probably be really good at it.
probably not.
Maybe Chaff plays.
I
Thanks,
believe
Lino. I'm going to learn
Shiloh-
sabacc. That's a great suggestion.
I don't think that was what I believe Clicky and Shiloh play sabacc.
How much time do we have left in our jump, Jay?
Oh, it's like a few hours you had.
I'm going to kick over to the ship comm. Hey, does anybody want to get together for a
You
sabacc
literally
game?
just turn around and you see everyone, remember? It's just a
I
small
know.
little
I know.
thing.
He does it anyway, though.
Okay.
He does it anyway.
But he's the
Yeah.
captain now, so he's trying to be all
Yeah.
official and stuff.
Exactly. So you see him,
Hey,
instead of turning around, he's hitting the comm and you see him in the cockpit.
it's like turning on, like getting on a speaker, and you're all in the same room,
Yeah.
right? He's like, oh,
Yeah.
hey, anybody want to do a sabacc game? We got a few hours. Lena says I should learn.
I captain.
But that's not exactly what I said.
Well, I don't think Kier being captain was actually what I said either, but it somehow happened anyway, didn't it? So, yeah, let's throw down a game. I can teach you all the rules.
Great. Who else is playing?
Well,
Chaff?
Clicky has
Sabacc?
seen Kier play cards before, so of course he's in.
So over the course of the next hours, get some sabacc games, you play. Is there anything that you're playing specifically for? We're gonna kind of narrate this. Instead of dice rolls, we're gonna narrate this. Is there anything that you're as you're learning, is there any money being transferred? Is there any, favors, or what are you, or just playing for fun?
So I think Shiloh is really just playing for fun. I don't think he's that good at it. Yeah, he knows all the rules.
Okay.
He knows how it's supposed to be played, but he's just not good at bluffing.
Okay. Okay.
What about you, Clicky?
I mean, if we're just playing for fun, that's fine. But Clicky, like I said, Clicky knows how Kira plays cards, and he wouldn't want to take advantage of his friend. So
So out of this few hours, is there anything, so narration coming from the players, is there anything interesting that comes from the game, or is it just, a nice little card game that everything kind of happens, or is there any entertainment situation that kind of comes up with the cards?
Their
All
entertainment value, you mean?
Yeah.
the only thing that happens is every time that they start a new round, all that can be heard out of Chaff's hammock is you just hear got to know when to hold 'em, when to fold 'em.
Linu's gonna be just like watching and counting cards and then saying, "Oh, yeah," like randomly we'll just spat out, "Oh yes, Shiloh's hand is the best." Like just at
Not
random times
supposed to
because of
tell.
counting cards. Like, wow, it is a shame that you've only picked out unmatched cards this round.
Yeah, and we just all throw down our cards.
So after a few hours, you nice Bill. As you land, you get to Deep River Drop, and you're coming in, and Deep River Drop is this Shadowport that's built into the side of a mountain. And the interesting thing about it is that the main entrance, where there's this large cavern, it's on a lake that drops like several hundred meters down, and so there's a waterfall. But the inside the cavern is where the Shadowport is, and there's also ships going in and out of caverns underneath the waterfall. So there's still some Shadowports underneath the lake and within. And this particular Shadowport, you have heard, because um each of them have different uh specifics. Like I said, there's one that's a little bit more ship, one's more smugglers and black market items. Some of the other one is more a little bit more legitimate. You do know that each of the Shadowports are kind of run by a different group, or potentially some, like Port Moore isn't necessarily, it's run by very loosely by a syndicate, while Keeper Drop is run by um, uh, a hut and a syndicate. And there's a lot more syndicates in well as well. You do know that yeah, okay. Get some of the traditions. But yeah, so as you're pulling in, you get the comm. Um, you get called out to say, who you are, what do you want. You're in the flight path. You have the docking information. You send the authorization codes. You're told, okay, yes, dock BA will be available for you. Head towards the southern dock. You're open through a different location. You kind of come in and you get into the Deep River Drop. And the first few things that you notice as you're coming in here, you're in a secured location. The southern dock is not a public dock. This is a private, secured location where you actually, as you're landing, you see security or guards, like security guards in here. And there's a security checkpoint out of this location as well. And there's a few different ships that are kind of coming in at this time. And as you land in, the dock master approaches your ship. He's got a little pad, and he's human, a little bit big big beard, glasses kind of coming in, got the overhauls, and he's like, and the thing that you notice too is that your ship is small compared to what it was supposed to be docked here. Because it was looking at a silhouette 4 and you're just a silhouette 2. He's kind of coming up. He's like, you're not a. Okay, so you've got the authorization, but we were expecting a different ship. Do you have the supplies?
We were expecting to meet with a specific individual. Are you the lead foreman?
I am.
We have the supplies that were listed in the contract we were given.
And so you've got, and he's like, I got a list of 4 orange crates. And gives, okay, yeah. Authorizations look good. You can drop them off over here. He provides a skid loader.
Sorry, 4?
5. Sorry, 5.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure. Like,
Yeah,
do we have a
5.
second delivery
Nope,
location?
nope, 5.
Never
5.
let them take you to a secondary location.
So he's like, so yeah, I'll be legit. He's like, yeah, sure, okay. That looks like, and as you get them off, some more crewmen kind of come in and take them from you. All right, and you just sign here, indicate the delivery has been completed.
Oh, Kira goes up and puts his thumbprint on there.
All right, it's like, yep. All right,
That's
He's
our
captain.
captain.
All right, cool. Sends you the receipt of that proof that stuff has been delivered, so you have that information, and you were within time. So yeah, no problem getting like within the time frame. But I would like everyone to give me a perception check. It's going to be a hard perception check just because there's a lot of stuff going on, things of that nature. You're getting a boost, but you're also getting a setback because you're focused on what you're in your particular area. And this is to kind of give you an idea of what's going on around you and anything that you pick up of what you're at this location. So the dice pool are set when you are ready.
You said perception?
Perception, yes.
Got a triumph.
Wow.
So Clicky, you failed but got a triumph. Linu, you got a success with some threat. Shiloh, you failed with some with 3 advantages. Chaff, you just got some threat. And here you just have an advantage. So Shiloh is the only one that Linu is the only one that kind of notices it. But Clicky, you have a triumph in that. So you notice something else. What would you like to know about this dock or this area?
Is there any no.
Go on, case the joint. You know you wanna.
Yeah. Because I've heard Shiloh talk about like the whole rebel thing, right?
Yeah.
So we'll assume since it's a Shadowport that there's no Empire related activity.
Not here.
So let's see if there's any quote unquote rebel related activity.
As you're looking around, you don't appear to be any significant signs of rebel activity. But what you pick up is that this is a private dock. And it's very realizing that the person who runs Deep River Drop, Gorgos the Hut, this is his private dock. And it has got security, cameras, things of that nature kind of around. There is one small gate that opens up to the main farewell. But you kind of notice that you kind of get the thing that sneaking in here wouldn't be difficult if you need to.
Oh, okay.
but it is run. It is you get the signal that there's some security guards and things of that nature. But yeah, based off of some of the other symbols that you're picking up, you realize that this is a private, like who runs the Shadowport. This is the private dock, and there's a lot in this area. So this is where a good amount of traffic is coming in. Linu. As you're sitting there waiting, you're picking up some information that this is a private dock, and over the course of delivery, you notice that there was a skiff. This like Salem barge type skiff. Looks like a hut. And a common skiff that the huts use. Seen in episode 6. Yes. And Return of the Jedi. When, not as big, kind of that big, but one of the smaller ones. But it's covered. It's over in the other side. And you kind of notice that the one thing you kind of noticed, and you just didn't pay attention to it, and didn't realize it until afterwards, is you saw some kid, maybe in his 19s, 20s, even, walking around the docks a little bit, and then disappear as he got close to the skiff. And then the skiff just takes off, backs up, and just leaves the port and goes in and down. As you kind of realize that the people that were delivering are still talking to someone on the dock and not paying attention as their skiff kind of leaves. And then as it's starting to go, they turn around and realize that it's been taken off, and they're rustling as if someone just stole a skiff.
Not my circus, not my monkeys, not my circus, not my monkeys.
So should we help them with that?
Help them with what?
Help who?
Oh, sorry. A young boy just stole a skiff. Looked like a hut skiff, so it could be. Well, maybe perhaps once we get back to sea and have reported about the task well done, because we should be getting back there soon if we want to keep our timeline, and then perhaps we could help track down this young human who just stole a skiff.
I mean, I remember my first time nipping my first skiff. I mean, let the kid go.
I don't really feel a particular need to get involved.
It is a hut skiff. I believe some of you were looking for quite large amounts of money, which the huts are known for having.
Yeah, but I feel like somebody stealing from a hut is probably a good thing. It's probably not something
No,
that
that's very
It's
bad.
like stealing lighters from Walmart. Don't do that, kids.
How old was this kid?
He looked at his
Perhaps
late teens, early
late adolescence, perhaps in his 19, 20 years old.
I remember my first job.
Yeah, maybe we should just, do we need to really get involved? Okay, maybe that's just something that, if anybody asks, we could decide. But do we really need to go and tell anybody?
Nah.
I feel like he's got plenty of help. They can deal with it, right?
That's true. No one has asked us for help. Perhaps this was a scheduled departure.
based off the securities people running around and figuring out, yeah, someone just took off with an importance. But so this is happening. There's a whole bunch of commotions, and here you kind of realize that when commotions happen on a dock, sticking around may not be the best thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have to go, right? Yeah.
If we want to maintain our schedule, we should leave expediently.
Yeah, our business is done here. I think it's a great time to leave while they're not thinking too hard about anything else.
Not to mention, there's credits waiting for you at Port Moore.
That's right. Did we get all the paperwork we're supposed to get, Linu? Right? That's your thing, first officer, first mate.
Yes. The captain, what's his name?
Ramos?
Romas.
Roma.
Captain Romas of the ship we just left did sign all the paperwork indicating that we had completed the task and delivered him his valuables, and then that I have the secondary contract in hand that confirms that we are delivering his valuables as well as his original contract, which he has subcontracted us for as a third-party contractor to complete his contract. Does that make sense?
Oh no, yeah, it does. Did we get paperwork from the guy that we just delivered it to?
Yeah.
So
Yes,
I guess we're good. I mean, I get cargo paperwork. That I got.
Yes, the
So-
foreman did sign the appropriate paperwork indicating that we had completed the scheduled delivery. In fact, it does not even appear that he docked off anything for apparently arriving late per the previous captain's indications.
On time.
Well, let's go back then. That's what I think.
So we're done. We can go back and get paid and not have to be tested anymore.
That is
I
my
believe we
understanding.
have completed
we
it, yeah.
win.
Yeah, look at that. We win. Linu's got it. Let's go back and cash out our chips.
I think this actually went okay. We're all still alive.
You never
let's
really
get paid.
doubted that. Did you, Shiloh? Did you ever really doubt that was going to happen?
Oh no, like I was pretty sure all of you were going to die within an hour of leaving port. I was just concerned whether or not I would be taken down with you.
And have we
mean, at
exceeded
least-
your expectations by surviving, or have we not met your expectations by surviving?
No, you've exceeded my expectations. I mean, that's great. I didn't want to die, and I didn't want any of you to die. I just thought that was the likely outcome of a lot of this without Avery there.
Right. You might not necessarily want to put like all your chips in one basket.
Also, I
Yeah.
assume all this conversation is happening while we're flying
Yes.
across the planet
Or
to,
leaving, yeah.
to
Yes.
Port
And you're
Morris.
going to the other
Yes.
side of the planet, and it's like not
Yeah.
even very far. It with the fastest, probably an hour, maybe 2 to get to the other port and get in. Even though you're using your regular engines, like I said, not. But yeah, it doesn't take too very long, and you get into your landing bay where the dock that you came in, and yeah, and as you make your way.
So what you're saying is this planet's the size of Atlanta.
Don't know the reference.
It's 1 hour from itself.
Oh yeah, everything's an hour away.
Okay. Didn't know that, realize that reference, but okay, yes.
It's a specific Atlanta reference.
Not from there, so that's why I didn't know. But
In Los Angeles, we just say it's half an hour away from anywhere, but 2.5 hours in traffic.
yeah. Oh God, yes. Yeah, I do know that reference. Been there. I haven't been to Atlanta yet. It's on my list. Anyways, but as you land and you're starting to make your way through Port Moore, the bubbling of the mud in the background, the kind of the stickiness of the air, the dry. It's that dry but wet. It's a little bit of that wetness too. So it's interesting because, like I said, that it's not mud in the air, but it's got a little bit of that humidity. Not huge, but just a little bit of that. But not too dry, but just dirty. Very caked, caked on a little bit in different sections. And as you're making your way and you see the joyful bliss light up your about tent, that's where we're going to stop for tonight's episode. And we're going to pick up next week for getting paid and finding out where they're going to get their ship. That's right, folks. Next week, the crew gets to pick a ship for the franchisees that is
There we
coming
go.
forward and display Thank you, everyone, for joining us so much. I hope you enjoyed. We are happy to be here. Thank you so much to everyone. If you like us, please support us in any way you can. We have lots of stuff out there. Twitter, keep us on socials. We have Patreons. We've got Ko-Fis. We've got subscriptions. We appreciate anything and everything you do here. It is for the players. We are here just to have some fun and share wonderful stories that we like. Which we have some stuff planned for next year here on the Emporium for the Wayward Gamer. A few different things that are in development that we will talk about soon, including a possible Shadowport Adventures Slug Games reshot coming in January. So we are in the process of finally getting the Slug Games on video. So we will see how this goes. Yeah, more information coming soon. But again, thank you everyone for joining us. So with that being said, we are going to say good night. Thank you so much for everyone for being here and watching us on the VODs. Take care, and remember, be kind and don't be a jerk. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.